Hello everyone, welcome back to With Dawn Taylor. Now, lettuce hems. They are something that I needed to do for a future project. So I watched a few videos and there were so many different videos out there that didn't give me the clear instructions that I needed. So I thought that you might appreciate a video with my perspective on lettuce hems. Now, a lettuce hem, you will see them in the shops at the moment. I've actually got a dress on order that has lettuce hem sleeves and a lettuce hem bottom. So they are something that are coming back into fashion. I know that I was wearing them back in the early 2000s. So as they say, everything does come back. Now, this is a t-shirt that I made. I made it out of scraps of jersey. So you have two different, this is a looser weave, okay? And this one is a much smoother, very, very similar to the blue that I have on my left here. And I wanted to see what the effect it would have on the two different types of material. So I never finished the end of this t-shirt because I just didn't know how I wanted it to look. But having the opportunity to now have a lettuce hem on it, I think it's almost, I know I'm going to wear it again because now I think it's really interesting. So I thought I would show you how I do the lettuce hem. Now, as I said, this is some stretch jersey. It's quite a soft fabric, but as I showed you on the t-shirt, you can use a looser weave. You can do this on a tighter weave. Just get some scraps of fabric, which is what I did, and I just practiced. Now, the biggest tip I can give you, until you are practiced, make sure that you are matching your colours. So with this one, obviously the grey, I matched as closely as I could, okay? And it makes all the difference because then when you're looking at it from a distance, or even a little bit closer, you can see that it all blends in. So I have a baby blue in my bobbin and I have a baby blue in the top thread. Now make sure you have enough to complete your project because the last thing you want to do is run out. The other tip that I can give you is to use your foot pedal. Now those that follow With Dawn Taylor know that I use my start stop button, and this project has been harder for me because I've had to go back to using my foot pedal, and I'm so used to pressing this button. And what you need to do is really, to have more control, you really do need to use your foot pedal. So find which is what you think is the right side of your fabric. So this is my right side, and we are placing the right side underneath our foot, okay? So find the right side, which is, here we go, which is this side. And how you usually tell is if you pull the jersey, here we go, there we go, and all you need it to do is to curl up. Now I did see a couple of different tutorials because I wanted to do one where you'd use your sewing machine and not use a serger, but the trick was to sort of fold this over or under, shall we say, and then to do the lettuce hem on here, but then you end up with a little bit sticking out. So I found another tutorial and that they just pulled this bit, and then what you try and do is get the smallest of rolled hems as if you were using a rolled hem foot, and then you do your zigzag on here. So let me just show you. I know this flashes, I do apologize everyone, but I do just need to show you what stitch I'm using. So I am using my this is my zigzag stitch, so this is my number 8, okay, and I am on a 3.0 stitch width and a 0.2 stitch length. Now play with yours, get some fabric and just keep trying, try the different colours, try the different widths. Now when I did the other side I had a 0.6, so I'm now going to try with a 0.2 just to see if it makes a difference, because I can always take a little bit of this off. That's the cool thing, and then I can just rehem. I'm not, normally we would have a folded hem and a folded hem and then you'd be taking all of that off, but all I'd be taking off is that tiny bit of the curled hem, okay? Now when you are sewing, one of the things that we say is to not push your fabric through, not pull your fabric through the other end. So if you're doing this and pulling against where your needle is going backwards and forwards, you are going out of rhythm. You need to try and keep in rhythm with your machine. But what you do need to do to achieve the effect is you need to stretch as much as you can. Now, if you want a little lettuce leaf, as you would imagine, so this bit, you need to pull really, really hard. But you're not pulling away from this needle. You are pulling equidistant, is that the right word? You're pulling equally and just letting your machine still take it. You're not pulling this back and you're not holding it forward. You are going with the machine. Now, the reason I'm using my foot pedal is because when I tried to do it over the weekend and then many other times, I've been using my start-stop button and I needed another hand. So by using your foot pedal, it is much easier because then you're using your foot as your third hand, and therefore you can do whatever you want with this side. Now bear with me because I'm going back to being a novice of using my foot pedal, okay? So this is just like you guys, you know, if you're new to, we love it when beginners join us, and we love helping beginners with their projects. But this is me being a beginner, okay? I am really concentrating as I do this, okay? So as you can see, that's already curling, okay? Now I'm going to place that, hold the back down. Now, as we've learnt before, the way to stop your fabric from disappearing down into your machine, if you haven't heard this tip before, is to hold the two threads at the back, or to place another fabric butting up with here, and then that will also stop it. Now, you know, going live doesn't always work, and my machine is probably going to chew this up, just to say, see you, Dawn, I told you that you couldn't do this. So we will see what happens, okay? Please remember, if I can do this, then you can do this, okay? So the very first bit, I am pulling my threads, okay? See, I went to use the start-stop button then. Don't need it, Dawn. Okay, and I've got this on slow. What you will find is the faster you go, don't go too fast because then you are messing with the timing and your plate will, I never go all the way up to full bunny, okay? I usually only go up to about here. So I'm going to go slowly to start with, just to start us off. So remembering to touch my foot pedal. I'm just checking that is going past both. I need it to sandwich that little loop underneath. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit faster. So I'm not getting, this is going to be, so you have an up and a down. So this is going to be sort of the going up the hill, as it were. Okay. Now my fabric, as you cannot see this, but my fabric has come out the back. Maybe you can see it just at the back there. So now I can hold the front and hold the back. Now there is no rush to this. Take your time, stop and start as often as you like. Pull your fabric back, manipulate it so you're just getting that little bit of a roll, and then you're doing your zigzag stitch over the top. Okay, so I'm able to hold the back now, and I'm holding the front, and I want as smaller lettuce leaf as I can. So I'm going to do as much stretch as I can. Now I'm going to try not to talk because as I go faster, you are not going to be able to hear. Okay, so I don't know if this counts as one of those videos where you're just watching and getting the satisfaction. I never remember what they're called. I'll have to ask Benjamin. AS something? Somebody will tell me. Right, here we go. So as you can see, I am pulling both bits. You can see from the back there, that is just curling around already. So we already have the part of our wave, okay? But I'm seeing that this is curling over a little bit too much. So I'm going to pinch this side. Now I'm hoping you can see without my hand in the way that now I'm manipulating this bit, making my roll slightly smaller. Can you see now why you can't use your start-stop button? I really need to have both hands on this. And I can just stop, okay? which is what I was really struggling with before. So come back again, make sure I've got all of my roll, stretching it as much as I want to, making sure that this is even. Okay, so I am not bending that needle, because all that will happen, if you pull hard enough, you either make a hole or you will snap your needle. There we go. Now I think I need to make my stitch bigger. Okay, now as I said, when you're doing this, use a scrap piece. I'm going to go up to a 5, and just keep going until you get it perfect, and then write down, get a post-it note or a notebook, lettuce hems as your title, and then write down what your settings are for the ideal the ideal stitch length and stitch width, and then just stick to that the next time you do it. Try and move my hand a little bit further down, so that, in the hope that you can see. Just get the next piece, manipulate it, get your roll, pull, and then pull equally at the back. Same again, and just keep going until you get to the end. Now I'm just having, this is a scarf, so this is just going to go to the end of the fabric, but you will obviously go back to where your join is. And what I found with the t-shirt that I made, because of where my hems were, not my hems, my seams, because I joined so many pieces of fabric, it actually made the seams look much flatter, because I had used this method. Probably just 2 more pieces. Now I'm hoping this isn't boring to watch, because I'm hoping that you are as keen to see the result as I am. The other thing is, you will be over your machine. I'm obviously stood to the left, trying to make sure that the camera can see rather than me being able to see, so I'm hoping that is helping you. Maybe one more. There we go, just rolling it up, okay, and then making sure that that is being taken in by both sides of that stitch. You're basically wrapping up that roll in thread. One more. And all this is done, I will explain the what this scarf is made of. One more, so I'm just holding that tip. Ta-da! So this is just a rectangular piece of jersey, okay? There's nothing special about it. It literally is just a rectangle cut from the bolt, and I wanted to turn it into something that actually looked like a garment, and I'm hoping that by adding the lettuce hem, I'm just going to fold this so we can see both sides. There we go. And if I push that forward, we now have 2 successful lettuce hems. Can you see? So that's going all the way along the one side, all the way to the other end. Alarm's going off. That's now turned just a piece of jersey into something really quite pretty. And then when you'll be wearing this, it's just not a rectangular piece of fabric anymore. So there you go. Please try. And remember to go to With Dawn Taylor on our Facebook pages. I will put some links down below, and go and post your pictures. Show what your success is. Show us also what you found, what you struggled with, and what didn't work, because that will always help other people when they go to try any of our tutorials. So thank you very much for joining us at With Dawn Taylor, and we will see you on Facebook with Dawn Taylor very soon. Take care. Bye.